Oh, hey, Mobizen. Chris here. I was about to open a writing application. I was going to work on some fiction files for either Gravitation or Tale of Golden Lake Valley. Do I want Wild West or space exploration? Let's go to Tale of Golden Lake Valley. I was at the beach today. Something a little bit different. I was trying to edit this for content, also for grammar, and not to lose all the stylistic sort of points of interesting past language, I guess. Oh, there's no napkins in here. French fries. So it was long ago during a blister summer evening. A group of old Western travelers came to rest near a lake. As dust settled, I don't think it was. Yeah, long ago during a blustering summer evening. Say, what about long ago as dust settled across broad-brimmed hats and covered wagons through days? Old Western travelers came to rest near a lake.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Metrolink 858, San Bernardino. Any visitors on board at this time, we do ask that you please exit the train. Only ticket passengers should be on board.
The guy outside in the trench coat? Okay.
This will be the final call. Stand clear. Doors are closing.
Okay, so long ago during a blistering summer evening, a group of Western travelers came to rest near a lake. As dust settled across their broad-brimmed hats and covered wagons, through days they surveyed their find. They came riding in covered wagon style. As they approached the lake, the dust stopped. Reminds me of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. And it's like dust ploof. So here it could be break. Northward, a stream was slipping from a small ledge into a pool. Resistance was suspended in the air like dense fog. Any second, something could jump out and take their breath away. No serious danger was shown in his face. I thought a restful night was too good to be true. It was like broken thought, right? Break it up. Cautious, tired, and dirty, they took long gulps of untainted water and rinsed dust from their skin. See, this one should be something else entirely. So I'm going to go as far as poked around a few and reposition this content. Let's see. Here, and then they could go into like description, I guess, for the find. Okay, so they surveyed their find. Cautious, tired, and dirty, they took long gulps of untainted water and rinsed the dust from their skin. A group of women unpacked 3 overstuffed wagons and tethered horses while the men poked around for a few. And then it goes into the description of Golden Lake Valley. Smooth stones, dense fog. A resistance was suspended in the air like a dense fog. Any second, something could jump out and take their breath away, and a serious danger was showing its face. The thought of a restful night was too good to be true. A distant call of loons to lull them into the night and to sleep. Okay, so this... Like a morning, they slowly and gingerly woke to a mesmerizing golden sheen. The sparkling cast into their widening eyes was like the purest and earliest form of inspiration. The surface of the lake twinkled like gold flecks. So moved by this beauty, so moved. So moved by this beauty. Moved by this beauty, they decided to give in to their travel and name the surrounding area Golden Lake Valley. It's not about not wanting. Another about
please be prepared to present your Metrolink ticket upon request.
Not wanting to
For
be
your
bothered
personal
with the woes of the world.
Please keep aisles clear of personal items. If you see a suspicious package on board the train, report it to the conductor immediately. Safety is everyone's concern.
Para su seguridad personal, por favor, mantenga los pasillos libres de objetos personales. Si ve un paquete sospechoso dentro del tren, repórtelo al conductor inmediatamente. La seguridad es algo que nos afecta a todos.
Okay, so he headed away spitting some jigger and other about not wanting to be bothered with the woes of the world. In his absence, the old westerners designed, planned, and constructed a quaint
Our next station
and constructive
stop is
city
San
of pine to
Clemente
the
Pier.
east.
All station stops are brief. San Clemente Pier is our next stop.
It's in here somewhere. Second. Goes past one. Stuffed it in. There's the receipt. There it is.
Thank you.
No problem. Following the waterfall to the river north, they explored majestic hills where the river became crystal clear waterfalls and cool air nearing the drifting opaque white clouds. Okay, that needs to be removed. Not all is so familiar. Drifting opaque white clouds. There they met the friendly natives who showed them a meticulous hunt. Let me say this to the east. So this is kind of like over time, though it doesn't seem very chronologically based, I guess. So you have something like they planned, constructed, and built a city. And then in the following thought, you have following the waterfall to river north, they explored majestic hills where the river became crystal clear waterfalls and cool. Actually, it is kind of where the river became waterfalls. There they met the friendly natives who showed them a meticulous hunt. Vast and open pastures bounded by forests, ending southwardly at a deep, craggy plateau. After exploration, a few men returned to the city of Golden Lake with tails of fur and supply gifting monsters natives called bears. They showed them thick, dense pelts and promised a contribution of a few every spring, with others such as rabbit, deer, raccoon, mountain bighorn, and squirrel. Maybe I should go into some more description for this. Maybe like material types. Neat little stuff they did. You know, the crack had become Clive's bin, conceived by old man Clive, the grumpy old man, who left so long ago. With a rifle in one hand and a cigar choking him from the other, he set his foot down and named his own little piece of property. He's been there and alone ever since. The stench is often the attraction of bandits and connects Golden Lake Valley with river country. Why is it such a stench? The cigar. They are, though. Stenchly like. The stench is often the attraction of bandits, connects Golden Lake Valley with river country, a bustling southern town. Entering the city on the road from the south, Golden Lake Valley is introduced by merchant wagons and merchants shouting at anyone in a radius of 100 feet to take a look at fruits, tools, kitchenware, and various other products. Anyway, throughout years, many wagon trails and herds, or trains and herds of cattle. So wagon trains and herds of cattle have passed, creating heavy packed ground through the city of Golden Lake Valley, known as the Road to the Frontier. The use of the road has changed due to the demands of the inhabitants of Golden Lake Valley. Entering the city on the road from the south, Golden Lake Valley is introduced by merchant wagons and merchants shouting at anyone in a radius of 100 feet to take a look at fruits, tools, kitchenware, and various other products. To one side, as I say, west, is a huge fenced lumber lot and carpentry workshop owned by Mr. Berber. He's a stocky, thick-shouldered man with the skill of an artisan blacksmith and woodworker. His dark eyes and hair are often so smothered in sawdust that his true identity is hidden in a blonde veil. I thought that funny. Sawdust mulatto. Beyond is Scully's Saloon, the rowdiest spot in town. The name would have been Scully's Tavern, but he liked the rhythm and the rhyme of the S's. He liked the rhythm and rhyme of the S's. His place is hugged by Janice's humble hotel, gathering spot for hunks, wayfarers, and drunks. Let's see, because this is kind of like a double, right? Which